Diversity and inclusion seem to be the latest buzzwords which dance around the lips and boardrooms of our institutions.
I am a mixed race person from a white working class kind of background, and therefore to differentiate yourself to do with race can often lead to violence.
If I define myself as a British East Asian artist and I stand up, can someone stand up with me if someone else in the room is as well also? And so I always find myself as a minority, even in this situation.
When I think about what diversity is, I think it's how we make work, and being open to making work differently, being open to the process of making, how we frame things, who's making the decisions, the intersectionality, who's not in the room in terms of regional diversity, and then of course looking at all those other areas where one intersects.
And I think you have to be careful when there's changes in agendas with organisations that you might work with. I think there's a lot of change happening, there's a lot of empowerment happening, but I think what you said is empowerment and power, having actual power, the same thing.
There's a whole range of what blackness is, from if you're Caribbean right through to if you're West African, East, South, and within all those little spaces.
Me as a writer, producer of colour, I don't want to be put into a box. So yes, I am black, yes, I am a woman, but I am many more things than that.
There's a point at which there's some doing that we need to get on and do, because part of being in the system is making that change.
Even just in this space right now, we could create action on a small scale, and then on a macro level, once you've worked out and tested 5 ones which are ideas, maybe one of them out of the 5 works and it's really strong.
Yeah. How do we have a healthy balance of the debate about what we still need to fix and not get distracted from getting in the room in the first place to start do some of the fixing?
The idea that we're thinking about is about entrepreneurialism and knowing what your tools are. So it's when you get to the room, the being generous and community building, yeah, but how do you get there? And I think that's there's a major struggle there, because there's lack of education and all that stuff.
How aware are we of compassion? Compassion was the word I was thinking of. And then I took it to self-compassion, because first of all, with the self-care, we have to be kind to ourselves in order to even teach others to be kind to themselves, to be kind to them.
And it's so important that we look after our emotions and how we feel so we can consistently show up to be our very best.